Okay, I've started the live streaming, and now on our last class we talked about what sum if, count A. No, we talked about count A, count count. Then we talk about round and integer. Now you were not around. I believe you watched the recorded video.
Yes.
Yeah. So we work on what the counts, the integer and the value. We round up some number towards uh, one decimal place and all. So today we are going to what talk about the uh, the counts if, the sum if. Now let's talk about the count if. Now the count if is like setting a condition. It's like what setting what a condition, a condition of a specific number. Now you want to count a list of item or a series of numbers, and you want to be specific, then you give it what a condition. Now you can say count if this number is equal to this. Okay, count if this number is what equal to this in large data set. Okay, now for example, in an organization you are working, maybe you are the head of it, you are the head as a data analyst. Now your manager can just say, or your director can just tell you that go to this social data, tell us if or count a number if it's lesser than 10 or if it's greater than 10, or count how many that is uh, 10 in number, or 30 in number. You might have people that have, okay, for example, let's use this data. Now as a data analyst, your manager told you to work with this data, and now we have what the hour, the names. Now we can have people that work for what 10 hours two times. Now we can count the number of what people that work per hour. Okay, per hour, that is more than what, or that is more than what the manager ask you to do. I don't know if you understand. Okay, let me put it in this way. For example, your manager told you to go to the database, give me the list of people, or give me the count of people that has uh, a working hour of 10. Okay, a working hour of 10. Then you can just use what the count if. You can use count if the number is equal to 10. Okay, so let's see how it works. Let me create table. Let me just arrange this table. This table is not well arranged. Let's say 10, uh, 40, 50, 56. Um, so I will add other names to it. I'll add other names to it. So let's say John, John, Paul, and let's say Paul again, and let's say, okay, now let's not give it Paul two times. Let's say Peter. Okay, we already have Peter. Let's give it, okay, Ola, and let's give it Destiny. Okay, now these are list of people in the organization and now their working hours. So let's have something like 5. Now let's work on what the count. Let's work on the count if. Now we are going to use count. Remember, please remember that when we are working with value, we always use what our equal to. Now I'm going to use the what the equal to sign, the equal to sign. Then I'll use count now if you see that the function is there already. Remember we are
Yes.
working with, yeah, remember we are working with what, uh advanced function. Now count if is one of the function we are using. Now did you see that when I used the count if, it gave us an option, the range and the criteria. Now the range and what, the criteria. Please take note of it. When you are working with what count if function, take note of what you want, what the function is built on. Now it's built on what criteria and what range. Now let's select our range. Let's select our range. Okay, now see we, we use our comma, lesser or equal to what, 10. Let's say, let's put it like this. Um, so example, okay, okay, I'm coming. Let me cut this. Let's say 10. Now, how many number do you see? Hello?
Two.
How many number that has 10 here?
Two.
Now, I selected what? The hour, and I added what the number I want it to count. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, let me change it again. I will change it to, let's say I want to choose for 5. I'll put the specific value. Now you see we have what, 2.
Two.
Yeah. So that is how we can use what the count if, what to count for what a specific
Data.
data. And remember, it's not only you assigning value like this. You can what, give it different criteria. You can give it different criteria. Okay.
Yes.
So I want you to take note. So Destiny, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
So now, for example, we want to work on what the count if condition. Now, the condition we are going to give it. Remember, we just did the manual, like the manual count if. Now, we want to look for what condition to give it. Now, let's see. Let's see condition we want to give. Let's see condition we want to what give. Uh, let's see condition. Okay, now let's align this data. Count if, let's say equal to count if. Now count if, now the range. Now let's select our range. This is our range. Now let's put our comma. Okay, that is lesser than 5. Let's say lesser than what, 5. Let's say it's lesser than 5. Lesser than 5. Okay. Okay, let's say equal to 5. Let's say equal to 5. Oh, what is wrong? What is wrong? I'm coming. I'm going to cut it. So now, um, since I'm setting a condition, I'm going to put it in what, in a quote, in a quote. So this is my criteria I want it to solve. Now it's three. It's three. So I'll put it in a quote. It's different from what I did here. I did not put this one in a quote because it's just what, a single number. Now, since it's what criteria, we want it to produce a result. And when we are solving when we are solving a problem of criteria, we are going to deal with what, the if, the then, or lesser than or greater than, you understand. So that's why we are setting what criteria. Okay, I believe you understand what I've done so far.
Yes.
So let's move to the other parts. Okay, let's come to talk about the sum if. Now, when we talk about sum if, it's still the same with what, the count if, the count if, but due to we are working on what, the sum. So now what is sum? Sum is what, the total number of a data, of a particular data, or is the total number of data. Now we want to sum. When we are summing, we can what, give what, a criteria. Now for example, we want to make use of what, our sum if. Now sum if, now we are going to do it like this, equal to what, sum if. Now, sorry, equal to sum. Oh, what is happening if, sorry, now sum if. Now we are going to what, set the what, the range, then give it a criteria, then the sum, then it will produce what, the sum. Now let's select our range, let's select our range, comma, let's say lesser than what, uh let's put it on what, quote, lesser than 5, greater than 5, greater or equal to 5, then close it. Now did you see, this is our sum. We already set a condition sum. Let me remove this so that I will not confuse you. So we already set a criteria of the sum, how it's going to sum it. Now the condition must be what, greater or equal to what, 5, greater or equal to 5. Now let's put it as lesser than 5, lesser than 5. Now let's see our result. It's 14. What is the number that is lesser than 5? 1, 2, 3. When you add it together, it's what, it produce what, 14. 14 because we have what, 5, 4, and 5 again. So that make it what, 14. So I believe you understand the difference between the count if and what, the sum if. Is there any
Yes.
question? Is there any question? Obichuku.
No, sir.
There is a system that keeps a
Okay.
record.
Now let's talk about the grading system. Now in our polytechnic and universities, we have what we call what, grading system. Now the grading system is just like setting what, criteria. It's just like setting criteria to okay, now remember in polytechnic we have what, the grading system. I know some of you might have gone through what, uh the standard of what the university or polytechnic system. We have the what the system. Now, if a certain person perform well in their examination score, we have what to pass in a criteria that
Yes.
which the system will what perform some calculation. But if the person did not meet up with what the criteria, it will what give it the recommended mark you have already assigned to the person. So we have what we call the if condition. We have what we call the if condition, and we also have what we call the nested if condition. We have what we also call continuous condition. Okay, let me ask a question. I believe you have heard about uh, uh, if condition. Owoyemi, I don't know if I've heard about it.
Yes. You have if else. If the condition is met, else.
Okay,
If this condition is met, perform this. Else, if it
yes,
doesn't meet, perform this. So
yes, that is the if s. So now in university we have what we call GPA, and if a person has 0 point something is totally fail or rustigation or fail, then we have what we call second class upper, lower, and also what we call the first class. Now there is a grading system, there is a scale for it. Now let's see how we can what use what the our Excel to what perform that grading system. I will explain for you. Okay, I've already explained for you. It's not too different from what I've said so far. Now, let's use this example. Let's use this example. Now, let me just cut it. Now, let's use this table. I've already prepared this note for you guys. I prepare it in case our instructor is not available. Since our instructor is having issues, since our instructor is having issue with network, I'm here to what assist you so that we will bridge the gap of no classes. So I want us to have our class regularly. So if I said that I will not take it and wait for the instructor, we are not going to meet up with what our curriculum. So I have to make sure that I guide you guys to meet up what with the curriculum. So whenever our instructor is coming, he will continue from what where I stop. I believe you guys understand.
yes,
Yeah, so on our last class, we saw our instructor or instructor Zonta, which was present then yesterday, last week, and he introduced himself to. She introduced herself to us. Sorry for that. She introduced herself to us and tell us about what we have to know. So now, some of you were not present, some of you were present. So I see that everybody in the class have paid. Some pay part and some did not pay part. Some pay in full. But still, we only have few in class. Why? The number is up to five, but the people we are present is two, sometimes three, four. They keep giving me excuses which I don't like. Please, I just want to make sure that everybody gr- acquire this knowledge. If people feel not to join the class, it will make me lose interest to continue this training. So let's try to come on time and make sure we be in attendance every time. Okay. So now let's work on it. Now, for us to perform our if condition, we are going to say if. Now we are going to use this exam scores. Now we are going to say if what? If okay, if this, now what's the logic? The logic is that if uh this is equal or greater than what? Greater than equal greater or equal to what? 70. It should what? Print what? It should print pass. Now pass. Then we can also set other condition. Okay, we can also set other condition. Now we can do it like this again. Now we use our if again. If, then we pass in a condition again. B is what? If B is equal to lesser, okay, if it's equal to okay, let's greater or equal to what? Let's say 60. Let's say okay, poor. Let's say poor. Now we are going to say poor, then we are going to say fair. Let's say fair. Okay, let's give it other condition called what? Fair. So we have set what our conditions now. So we are going to what? See the results. So the person fails. So now, so the person has failed. So now look at it. Look at what we have done so far. We said that if this score, if this reference B5, remember this is B5, if B5 is greater or equal to what? 70, the number inside, then the person should what? Be, the person should okay, the system should grade it as pass. Then if B5 is greater or equal to 60, okay, the system will grade it as what? Poor. Then if the person go beyond that score, it will be what? Fail. Now let me press the enter. You see that the person passed. Now when I use the word autofill, automatically it will autofill it for us. Now let's see. Now did you see that everything has been autofilled? When it's 45, it's what? Fail. When it's 30, it's fail. When it is 90, is pass. And when it's 60, is what? Poor. So I believe you understand this pattern of grading system.
Yes.
So okay, now I want you guys on our next class. It's an assignment too. On our next class, work on this. Create a table like this. Generate table like this. Generate table like this. Then make a nested nested if condition, like okay, using what? This, okay, using these letters a let me use A, B, C, D, E, F. Now using this scale, using this scale, grade a particular student or a particular record using what? This scale. I believe you understand it. I believe you understand what I said.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So yes, try to grade it using what? This scale. Now you can generate it using your own data set. Using what? Your own data set. Okay. Now we have not started working with data sets, multiple data sets, like working with real life data sets. Why? Because I just want us to what, get this foundation, get what, this foundation. Then at the end of the class, at the end of this training, we are going to work what, on real life data sets, using what we have learned so far, using what we have learned so far. So, okay, now let's talk about, okay, now let me just import data set for us. Okay, let me import data set. Let me import data set for us. So, okay, import data set. So which data set am I using? Okay, now let's use what, this student performance data set. Okay, let's see student performance data set on Excel. Then we are going to work on what, conditional format. You guys are, let me use, okay, now this is what, student what, performance data set. It's a real life data set. It's a real life data set. So I want us to work on it. So this is millions, thousands of data set of what, student record. Now, now, so let's use what, condition formatting. Okay, let's use condition formatting, or okay, okay. Let's do this. Let's work on this data set. It's a real life data set. Let's work on it. Now let's get the total. Okay, let's get the total of this score. Then we are going to get the average. Now let's say total, total. Now total score. We are going to use score. I don't want us to postpone using real life data set to feel how we are going to work with what, real life data set. This is total score. Now remember, total score. Now we are going to what, use our sum. So remember I taught you about sum. So we are going to what, select our range. Now we have gotten our sum. Now automatically we are going to fill it by double tapping. See, please pay attention. Did you see how I autofill it?
Yes.
So I double tap this, this button, automatically everything autofill. So everything is filled up. For I use the autofill to ease me from what, the stress of dragging down. Now we have gotten what, our total total score. Now let's look at what, the average. Now remember, we on our okay, during the beginning of the class we talk about average. We talk about what, average. Now we also discuss on how we can what, calculate for average. Now I want to ask a simple question. I want to ask what, simple question to you guys. So uh when you hear the word average, what comes to your mind? I just want us to flash our mind back of the beginning of the class. I just want to drag you to the beginning of the class. So what do you understand by the word average? So let's have a discussion class. Hello.
I'm with you.
So please, can you just tell me your own definition of what average? What comes to your mind? So Destiny and Oyemi, please Kindly speak up so that we'll move forward. Hello,
Okay.
guys.
If we say average, the let me say the sum. Let me say the sum is being divided by two. That is average, or the sum is being divided by two. The middle, like if the total sum we want to have, how we can split it to two. That is when we have the average of the number.
Okay, thank you. Right, so let me hear from Destiny. Destiny, if you are in class, kindly unmute and speak.
Okay, sorry, sir. An average is a total number of a data, more like the sum of a data, then divided by the total value. I think that's it.
Okay, correct. So let's move on. Now let's come to our real life data. Now remember we have what our total score, which is the math score, the reading score, the writing score, which produce was two 218. Now 218. Now is we have a total of 218. Now let's calculate for the average. The average is what the total score divided by the numbers of columns, like 1, 2, 3, which is what the math score, reading score, and the writing score. So let's see the average. Uh, Equal to, remember anything we are doing, we are working with average. Equal to, sorry. Now the average, then uh, we select this, divide by what? Divide by 3. Okay. Okay, let's just select that alone. Okay, let's see. Now, sorry, divide by 3. Let's say divide by 3. Okay, now this is our average. Average, remember the total by 3. So we have I, I2 divided by 3 average. Now this is our average and we autofill. Now this is our number. Okay, now, so did you see that we have decimal points in this cell? We can what as now. Let's remove the decimal point. Okay, let's remove decimal points. So let's remove decimal points. Now let's look at our data set. Now we have to what? Click on the column. We click on what? The column. Then we come to here. Sorry. Okay, we have to convert this to numbers. So to numbers. Okay, numbers. Then we move it. Did you see where I click?
Yes.
Okay, now you use this to what? Remove the decimal point. If the decimal point is between the left, you remove it from the left. If it is the right, you remove it from the right. So you have to what? Remove it. You have to change it. The column to what? To number. Now there's what we call what data type. So every data has their type. Now this is different data types. We have the currency, the number, we have the date, time. We have different data type. I believe you guys have heard about what data type. Have you heard about data type? Hello. Have you guys heard about data type? Destiny and Co. Wait a minute, have you heard about data type? Hello? Hello?
No, sir, I've not heard of it.
Okay. Oyemi, have you heard about it? Okay. Now, please, if you are now, let me explain data type is like. Okay, a data type is a type of what a particular if it's number or value, a particular value. If it's number, if it's characters, character has their own data type. Like the A is a character, the number is what number, like one is number, is a number data type. Okay, I believe you understand my explanation. So now look at this very well. Obichukwu, Obichukwu, you understand my explanation? Did you understand my explanation?
No, sir.
Okay, now I said that data type are the type of values of a specific value. Okay, now let's talk about characters. Character is a data type of what? Alphabet, of an English alphabet. Now, number is a data type of what? A number system, like a 1, 2, 3. The data type is what? Number. In alphabet, the data type what is character. So look at it here. You see we have what? uh, Number, we have currency. Currency is a data type. We have time. Please, hello, please, research on the word data. Oh yeah, me, are you back? Are you with us now?
Yes, yes, I'm with you. Thank
So
you.
have you heard about the word data type before?
Yes,
Okay, can you briefly explain to us so that
yes, I've
your
heard
own
about data type before.
yeah, your own definition will be different from my own. So if destiny is here, it will learn from both of us. Please, can you briefly explain what you understand about data type for us?
Okay, just like you said the other time, you said we have data type. To me, they are like a classification of data. It classify or categorize data, or it can be interpreted and be manipulated. We have
Good.
numbers. In normal programming language, we have character to be in terms of words,
Good.
Ola, destiny, and we have numbers, and sometimes they do call it integer, and sometimes we have what we call the boolean. That was in programming language, the one that
You are
has
correct.
decimal and that doesn't have
You
decimal.
are correct. You are correct. So, Destiny, did you hear what Owoyemi said?
Yes, sir.
So good. So you have learned from him. Now let's come to this side. So I have taught you about removing what? Decimal number, decimal point. So we have removed what? Our decimal point. Now we can what? Use this as what? A grading system. Now let's see the grading system. Let's say grading system. Grading system. Okay, grading system. Ah, oh, I'm not going to teach you this. I'm not going to teach you this. I've already given you guys as assignment. So I'm not going to put this grading system. I already give you A, B, C, D to solve in if statement. So I'm not going to solve it, but I'm going to move to the next topic, what we call uh, the, the condition formatting. So I'm not going to work on what this grading system. So I believe you have seen that we can work with what a real life data set. Did you see? It did not take me time to what calculate this data set of a particular system of a particular student. Did you see? It did not take me any time. I've already got the scores. I already got like their marks. So I wait, I mean, did you see the simplicity of Excel data, right?
Please
In
come again.
calculating score.
The network is skipping. What did you say? Did I get what?
Okay, analyzing data set in Excel.
Did I get
Did you
analyzing
hear me?
data sets in Excel?
Did you see
Chai.
performance data set in Excel? Hello?
Hello, the network is skipping. I only hear did I get
Okay.
analyzing data set in Excel? Like, are you still talking of the grading system?
No, I said, did you see how we analyze data sets in this Excel program we just did?
Yes.
Okay, did you see that it did not took me time to have the average scores and the total score?
Yes. Yes.
So it's easy to work on. So
Yes.
example, it's just like drag and drop, unlike what the Python programming language, the SQL language. So now there's a word we called what condition. So condition formatting, condition formatting. Now, have you gone to an S? Hello, have you gone to Express where there's traffic light?
Yes.
Hello. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Did you see
I'm
the
getting.
color? And the color indicates different things.
Yes, like different condition. The red they should stop. The green they should
Yes.
go. The yellow.
So
Yes.
now in condition formatting, the colors speak a lot. Colors speak a lot. It's just like what our traffic light. So the colors speak a lot. Now, so in condition formatting, for example, your boss want to get uh the higher the highest performance of workers, the highest performance of worker per hour of their okay of their hour spent. Now we are going to use a condition formatting to represent them using color. Now if the score is high, it will show green. If it's red, meaning the person who has poor mark, is the color will be red because it's very poor. So that is how we use what condition formatting. Now look at this uh let's look at this average. Let's use condition formatting in this average. So let's insert a column here. Let's insert a column. Okay, insert a column. Now we have already inserted a column. Um, okay, delete. Let me delete this. So let me insert a column. Insert now. Good. Now let's make a condition formatting here. Now you see we have what different condition format. These are formatting conditional formatting drop down, and inside this drop down we have what different uh different tags. Okay, let's say we want to rule a greater than the lesser than. Please, you can play on this, but I'm going to teach you only what the gradient fee, or I'm going to use what the color scale. So these are different things you are going to play with. Okay, now let's see this. Okay, you can also play with what colors. We can play with their colors. Okay, okay, You can play with colors. Now you can choose color. You can choose colors. You can choose colors. You can play with all this. So percentage, numbers, so lowest, highest value. So you can play with colors. So now let's see the scale. Now, did you see how it give it a color? But I want it to use three color. I don't want it to use multiple colors. So I don't want it to use what? Multiple color. Okay. Uh, where are we going to? Okay, now we are going to use green, yellow, and what? Red scale. Green, yellow, and red scale. Green, yellow, and red scale. Okay, now this is green, yellow, and red scale. Okay, I think this is okay. Now the color speak on what? The increase. If is high, if the score is very high, the color will be darker. Now, did you see that the when we have what 93 is very green, then you see the color reduced. When you see if the score is very low, it will give you uh 40. When this is 40, then the color become red a little. You see the color becomes reddish. I believe you can see the color.
Yes.
So this indicates what their performance. When it's yellow, at least is showing that the score is still moderate, a bit moderate like that. So this is what color condition formatting and also called what color grading. So you can use specific color. You can just use one color. Okay, you can just use grading just the grading field, yeah, the grading fields to show you what the to show you their performance. Look at it. So using this, I believe you can see what I did here. I use
Yes.
what the condition formatting to miss it, to show you their progress, to show you their progress. So I mix it together to give us the progress. Now look at it. This 9, you see it's reduced in terms of progress. It reduced. But when you see, look at 80, 83, you see that it increased. But so
Yes.
so with this, with condition formatting, it speak what a lot. It speak what a lot. Now, in our we are going to meet up in our next class. We are going to meet on our next class. We are going to deal more on what data analytics. So we are going to deal on what the duplicate sorting duplicates and length and fill and fine. Then I'm going to also okay. We have talked about sort. Then we are going to find data inside. We are going to find data using what our data set. So, uh, if you learned a lot, I believe today we learned a lot. If you learned a lot today, please kindly just give us a brief summary of what you learned on the group chat, and also just explain what you learned here, so that I can also see if you learned very well. I can also hear if you learned very well and you have a good understanding of it. So let's just make some little conversation between me and you guys. So
Yes.
what did you learn
I
today?
I I learned some useful tools. Let's start from the conditional statements that we start from, which allows us to perform logical tests on data, like and returning specific results based on the if condition, count if, the sum if, to return based on whether the our data met the criteria of the function we are calling. And and during that time we used a data that we have already prepared to count the number of hours the some of the workers work, from which we perform the count if under the table 2 to see how many people works 10 hours, and also those that work less than 5 hours to count it up, and also to sum if, which sum the number of hours each employee worked, and also grading system, which also give us the ability to use function or condition, to use condition and criteria inside, like if b5 is greater or equals to 70. A grading system like we normally use in school, anything or greater or equals to 70 should be given A, greater or equals to 50 or 60 should be, or and all that. With the If the condition they met, it will return the criteria, it will return the specific results that the condition met for us. And also we talk about the data type, which we talk about the character and the numbers, and also how to duplicate, how to call function, like instead of stressing ourselves to drag, while double clicking can also enable us to fill those fields. And also I think that's where we stopped. So I have learned a lot from the beginning of the class to this moment. Thanks a lot.
Oh, nice one from you. You really uh you learned. I appreciate that. I appreciate your attention, and I appreciate everything you just explained so far. So Obichukwu, are you with us?
Yes, yes, sir.
So I believe you understand what we have taught so far today.
Yes, sir.
So do you have any question before we leave the class? Do you have any question?
No, sir. I believe with the assignments that you gave, sir, I'll be able to, practice more on what we were taught today, and I think I'm okay with that, sir. I'm fine,
So
sir.
the assignments, how to submit it? You drop it on WhatsApp. Save your Excel or your Excel work. Send it to your phone and drop it on our WhatsApp. Our instructors will review them. I'm going to review them. Instructor Azonta will review them. Instructor Martin will review it. Okay, this is a way of tracking our progress in this training. Is a way we see that our students are learning faster, so that we can certify them. So we don't certify a student anyhow. We don't certify students anyhow. We make sure that our students has or have the knowledge, the required knowledge, before what we issue what our certificates to them. Okay. If you check out our YouTube, you see our past students. You see that you see what they can do. You see when they are defending their projects. You see how bold they are in defending their project. I don't know if Destiny, you have been with us. Have you? I believe you have experienced how our students defend their projects.
Yes, the SQL class, sir.
Yeah, you see how they defend it. When we round up our training, we distribute what projects to them. You work on your own. You show us what you can do. We don't pair anybody together to work together. No, you do it on your own, you defend on your own. You come to defend, then when you defend it, we will issue you your certificate. But when you did not defend it, we cannot issue you your certificate. Okay, we build students, okay? We build students to the standard so that when people are recommended, they can recommend the CM Tech community. Okay, I love you guys. Till we see. Okay, instructor Azomta will also be with us on Sunday. It will take. Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming, Obichuku. Instructor Azonta will be with us. The class is what 8 to 9 o'clock. So Instructor Azonta will take the class. Okay. So Obi Chukwu, you can speak.
Okay, sir. Please, I have a concern concerning the class on Friday. From what you said that most people don't usually join on time. I say join on time. No, most people don't join the classes. So I am pleading if the time can be shifted a bit, maybe 7 to 8, because most people come back from work and they'll be so tired and all that. Someone like me, I just came back from work and I immediately joined the class. So I don't know.
Okay. So far, okay, okay. Normally, our class is usually 8 to 9, but and due to this Muslim, we try to adjust everything so that they can participate, but we find out that they could not participate. Okay, see, it's just Friday. Okay, every some Fridays I see our students always participate, but few of them chatted me up and told me that they are on their way. Some are watching through what the YouTube. So I do not advise. I do not recommend the YouTube, but due to they are on their way or they are on transit, I just have to what forgive them for that. So I think today was the only time we have less than persons in class. In our last class, we have up to three, four, yeah, four, three in class. So I think we are total of five, and so today was the only day it was very poor having two persons in class. Okay, so let's just leave it just on Friday. It's on Friday only. Okay, let's just leave it just on Friday, and on Sunday is 8 to 9 p.m. Okay.
Okay, sir. So
Destiny,
please, one
are you
more thing, sir. Sir,
okay?
please, when is the deadline for the submission of the assignment?
Assignment before the next class. You have time before the next class. Just okay. Sorry, before the next upper class, not Sunday class. Oh,
Okay, sir.
okay. So good night and have a nice day.
Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mm. So